Hi Sagittarius, this is going to be your ex-partner reading for the month of December. You are the first sign for the December readings. I want to wish you all a very, very happy birthday. I hope you have a lovely time celebrating, and also wish you all a very happy Christmas. Although I'm recording this in November, but you know, it is for December. So yeah, so I hope you have a happy birthday and also a great Christmas. So this is your ex-partner reading. This month, to act as the central issue, I'm using the Psychic Tarot by John Holland, okay? So the card that you have number 5, and it is emotional loss. So when it comes to the central issue, this card can be for you and your ex, or it can be for either one of you, okay? But as the card says, it's talking about this emotional loss, how both of you may very well be feeling it emotionally, okay? So I kind of feel that although the relationships ended, neither one of you have come out of it unscathed, okay? Both of you are feeling your share of sadness. Now, you may not be communicating that to one another, but that doesn't mean that neither of you are feeling it. The thing with this card, and obviously it's not going to be for all of you, but it is talking about this card being the issue here. So this emotional loss that you both are feeling is causing an issue. But I feel it's causing the issue because, like I said, neither one of you are communicating. And I think if you could open up to one another, then, you know, you would both be, I think, very surprised to hear how the other is feeling. Now, Sag, your first card is the King of Cups. Now, it could be here to suggest that your ex is water energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Sun, Moon or Rising, okay? And, you know, I must tell you that all my readings are always for Sun, Moon and Rising, but I always forget to mention that. The thing with me is I'm a typical Aries and I just want to get straight into the reading. So it could suggest, it doesn't have to, okay, but it could suggest you're dealing with a water energy. But the King of Cups is somebody that has learnt to master his emotions. He doesn't allow his emotions to rule him, okay? He can control them. And this is what I'm saying to you about this need to open up on an emotional level. Because, Sag, if that King of Cups is not talking about your ex and it's talking about you, then maybe what is required here is for you to open up about how you are feeling emotionally. Also, let it be said that the King of Cups is very intuitive, okay? The water signs as a whole, you know, are intuitive. So maybe a need to also listen to your intuition. Now, on your ex's side, they have the King of Wands. So we have your energy here, Sag, the fire energy, suggesting to me, yes, you could be dealing with another fire sign, of course. Your ex could be another Sag or an Aries or a Leo. But it could also be here to suggest that, you know, as you are the fire energy, that maybe in this present moment, you are very much in the thoughts of your ex, that they are very much thinking about you. As I said, they may not be communicating with you or you with them, but it doesn't mean that you're not in their thoughts and they're not waking up every day with you on their mind. Now, in terms of what you are both thinking and feeling or actions to be taken, you have the World. Now, the World card is the ending of a chapter or a cycle in our lives. It's kind of like, one door closes and then a new one opens. It's the last card in the tarot. It's my favorite card in the tarot because it always talks about a brand new beginning. A beginning that we don't necessarily know how that beginning is going to be, very much like the Fool card, but nonetheless a brand new start. The thing with the World card though, although it talks about this brand new chapter, the closing of one door, the opening of a new, it doesn't have to mean moving on from someone or something. It can suggest that there's going to be a brand new chapter about to start between you and your ex, okay? So it doesn't have to mean the ending of something. It can always talk about the potential beginning of something. But in order to have that new beginning, we're going to have to leave the past behind. We are going to have to close that door on everything that's already taken place, everything that's been said and done, and leave it in the past. Because if we bring all of that baggage into our future, all it's going to do is create further issues. Now, the card that your ex has is the Moon. Now, the Moon card can suggest secrets, things that are hidden. We don't have clarity, full clarity in the light of the Moon. So, yes, it could talk about how maybe your ex feels that you are hiding something, okay? That you are being secretive. As I said, if there's no communication, then obviously they're not going to know really what is going on in your life or within your thoughts. So an element of secrecy can play a part. But also with the Moon, it does also talk about our path ahead. And how the path ahead is not illuminated. How we can't really see the path ahead. So we don't know what's on that path. We don't know what we're going to find. But does that mean that we stand still? Does it mean that we don't take any forward action? We can't do that in our lives because we will never ever move on, okay? So, there may be a sense of apprehension. There may be a sense of fear. Please remember as well that the cards can always go vice versa. So this could also be touching on an element of how you may be feeling. Now, moving down, Sag, you've got the Hermit. So the Hermit can talk about enforced isolation. And it can talk about, again, like I said at the very beginning, no communication. I mean, Sag, is it for you that you are feeling this emotional loss, but you are trying to control how you're feeling? You're trying to deal with that. You're trying to wake up every day, and although you may feel that sadness and that pain, you are doing everything you can to get through the day, because for you, ultimately, you have moved on and there's no going back. Because I feel for some of you, when we're talking about you, Sag, for some of you, that is definitely the case. That for you, you have closed the door on this relationship, and the thought of going back is not an option. But I do think as well for others of you that the end is not yet. The Hermit can also talk about soul searching, reflecting. So I think there's going to be an element of that taking place with you, Sag, over the month of December. And, you know, the thing is as well, I think most of us, when it comes to Christmas, we can often feel a little bit nostalgic. Especially if there's somebody around us, especially if there's somebody that is not around us, somebody that is in our thoughts and we may actually be missing that person. It can bring about that sense of nostalgia. So some of you may feel as though you want to kind of hibernate a little bit, that you want to cut yourself off a little bit. Because as I said, you may very well be going through this reflecting, this soul searching. Now, for them, they have the Page of Cups. So the page, as we know, can talk about messages coming through, okay? The Cups is to do with our feelings and our emotions. So you may very well find that in the month of December, your ex may very well contact you. Again, it can always go vice versa. But I feel if anyone's going to communicate first here, it will be your ex rather than you. So messages coming through to deal with feelings and emotions. Very well could be unexpected for you. You know, you may out of the blue hear from your ex, and a case of it's the last person you expected to have a phone call or a text message from. The only thing I don't like about the Page of Cups is it can often touch on immaturity. Somebody who struggles to have a mature emotional relationship. Somebody who struggles to open up emotionally, to show the emotional side of themselves, okay? Somebody who sometimes can lose themselves a little bit in alcohol because they're not able to show their emotions. So again, that won't be for all of you, but it may be that some of you are dealing with an ex-partner in that way. The card at the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups. So this is walking away, moving on. The thing with the Eight of Cups though, it doesn't always have to be permanent. And the thing I always say, whether you gave 8 cups, whether you received 8 cups, within this relationship there was 8 cups. And that talks about our emotions, our feelings, love, emotional fulfillment. One more cup would have been wish fulfillment, okay? So we're dealing with a relationship that really wasn't all bad, that was almost at wish fulfillment, but there was or is something lacking, something missing. And quite often, the Eight of Cups can talk about as temporary separation in order for either one of you or both of you to have that time out to think about things. Because quite often when that happens and we have that time apart, we actually then can realize what we have lost, what we did have with that person, how it really wasn't all bad, okay? Like I said with the Hermit, soul searching, reflecting. So in the month of December, Sag, there is a possibility here for your ex to reach out to you. I think both of you are feeling this emotional loss. I think for you, Sag, there is going to be this, you know, as I said with the Hermit, this need for reflecting on things. I don't think in December you and your ex are going to actually reunite with each other. But I do think that in the month of December, there is going to be the opportunity for that to maybe take place in the month of January or a little bit further on. Okay, well, once again, have a magical birthday and a fabulous Christmas. Thank you so much for watching, and also thank you so much for all of your views, your likes and your shares throughout this year. Thank you so much and take care. Bye.